Alright, so here is my tutorial. I tried one earlier and I was so drunk that I was slurring and I couldn't even understand myself when I rewatched it, and that was kind of fun. But here we go again. And I'm going to talk as fast as I possibly can because I've seen a bunch of like Let's Plays and all that shit, and they're just some dude like talking about every single possible thing. He describes icons and shit. So I am not going to do that. I'm just going to go straight for it. It still seems too loud. Alright. So, create a new game. Got all these maps. I generally like this one. You can pick any one you want. I believe these mean that, yeah, it scrolls around, read the thing. Alright. So, you get the different ages you can pick. It tells you what they basically do. Simply put, less technology, more magic, mediocre, everything, more technology, less magic. I like Middle Ages. You can play whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. I always go just to add as many players as I possibly can. Don't want that. Alright. So normally AI is going to be difficult for a new player, but that's just how it is. A Disciples game, if you click it, you can have teams, and one guy is the god, and one guy is his bitch, basically. And it's kind of fun if you want to play two nations at once, single player, or if you have a friend who you're playing with, one person can be the disciple, and one person can be the god. The thing is, you want to pick matching nations. You don't want to pick one nation that's like all for life and the other guy's all for death, because that is just gonna suck for you. Alright, also, I am not going to talk about playing death at all, because undead nations are a whole different ballgame, so we're not going to talk about undead at all. So, here we are. These are all the different nations. You can read all about them. I love the Cthulhu people, but I'm going to play somebody new. I'm going to play these guys. I never play them. My friend Tim loves them. Holy shit, that is loud. I'm going to go back and make this less loud. Let's do this. Oh, wrong direction. Alright, that was too loud for me. Just want a tiny bit in the background. There we go. Alright, new game. Glory of the Gods, yes. Let's see if it will. Oh, Middle Ages. Do this crap again. Change this to these guys. Hit OK. Tells you all about them. You want to read this. Some of the stuff that's described up here actually affects gameplay. So you'll say like, oh, these people, like women, like to join this nation, and that actually affects stuff. Like women will actually join the nation, and I'm not making that up. That's one of the nations, Pangea's thing. Alright, so here we are at the opening screen where you design your god. Each nation has different options, but there are some that are similar between nations. Okay. So you get, there's some gods can't move. That's these guys at the top here. And these are all people who can move, like between provinces. So why would you want to have someone who can't move? Because they are cheap and they get special bonuses. So yeah, that one's only 40 points. What is this one? Oracle. Well, there's also like a Fountain of Blood where you just get blood. So this one's 0 points. You know, you can get some cheapo guys that don't move, and also they have other abilities. Usually they're kind of more badass, but they can't move. So that's this whole thing. And then here we are, like, their stats, and this picture actually means something. It didn't used to mean anything, but now it does. So this, every battle, this tree also gets 3 Great Bears. This tree doesn't move, so it's probably not going to be in too many battles, you would hope. And you can just scroll over this stuff to find out what all this shit does. Hit points 10 is about normal for a human, I believe. Protection that's really high. Like 1 or 2. Magic resistance, you know, you can figure all this shit out. It's not brain surgery. Fatigue is how old they will live. If you click on it, you can click on a bunch of this shit and we'll give you details. Precision is for casting spells, and it's really important for archers. We'll get into all this shit later. But basically, you're going to want to pick a god that's cheap and seems awesome for you. One of the key things is this thing down here, Dominion. So unlike normal strategy games, there's 2 things. You can take over provinces with troops, but there's also Dominion, which is your god's faith that expands depending on how strong his Dominion is. And you can adjust this stuff, but this is what they come with. So what does this tree come with here? 4. So they come with a 4 Dominion, which for nothing, for free, that's pretty good. So this guy, he comes with the 3, but he can move around. He comes with some wolves too, whatever. But he costs 100. And you can just pick whoever the hell you want to play. It's just more for fun. I usually almost always pick one of these suckers down here because they're cheap. They can move, and actually none of these guys seem very cheap. Master Alchemist. Oh, and their magic paths are cheap. What the fuck is that? Oh, well, that almost never happens. So magic paths are these things here. And so for this guy, whoever he was, whoops. No, what am I doing? They cost 10 points right now, and later too. So that is these 300 points that are up here, and this is for the whole. This whole thing is based on these points. You get 300 there. So everyone always picks it in prison, so you can get some extra points for creating a better god. I'm sure since you bought the game, you have a digital manual that will explain this next points. I have my physical manual from Dominion 3, which has all the same shit in it, so I can look up that stuff. But basically what it is, let's go back to this. I'm getting distracted, and I'll pick a god here. So this is your god. If they die, it's bad news. Bitch queen. Wolves will come. Wow, a lot of wolves. The decisions. We'll just do the Freak Lord for the fuck of it. Alright, so magic. When you get the, like, let's say I pump this all the way up, and these things here, you have special troops that are blessed troops, or that can be blessed. And this will happen if they get blessed. That's what this thing here is. Depending on the nation, you have different, every nation has different possible troops that can be blessed troops. Like the Cthulhu guys, the only guys that you summon out of the vortex are blessable. But this bonus, because later you can pay to get these better. This bonus is only from what you originally pick here. So you want to think ahead what you're doing. But then when there's also this, which you have to spend your points on. You want a high dominion because you want your basically the faith to spread throughout the map, because it will change the map to these settings here. So let's say you were fighting the undead. They're going to put all their shit into death, and death is just going to sweep across the land and kill everybody unless you have good dominion. So your actual population will die if death gets in your area because you have a shitty dominion. So dominion is very important. You can also improve it by building temples in your land, but that takes a lot of money, and so you got to decide what you want to do here. And you just read the thing. Let's see, what the hell am I doing here? I like that, so I don't care about that. I want that. I want this. I don't give a shit about that. I can't remember what I used to here. Alright, I think it was that. And then I don't have any points left. Alright, let's change some shit. Get some points back here. Man. So this is kind of a shitty start, but whatever. I guess he just comes with blood 1. You can also look in your manual and see what the different spells are. You can look at them later too, but you can't look at them now, so I'm just going to say some nature. Actually, let's just make him mediocre, man. And you have to have positive points to end. So I'm pretty much shit out of luck there. So I'm just going to lose 15 points. Alright, next part. So here we are. I like to set this to higher. I like this common. Score graphs enabled, 15. I like that too. Thrones of Ascension. I'm going to conquer all the thrones. That's a whole different thing. We'll get into that some other time. I like my. That's how I like that. I don't give a shit about that. And you can mess with those settings all you want to find how you like it. I just like it that way. I like the really slow research because then when you get a new spell, it feels like something was accomplished, and the computer is gonna blast through research to get what they want. And let's see, I don't know why this taking so long. Can't remember how this works. Actually, while this is happening, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette.